Alright, Joe, what's up? So it's Tuesday, and as you can see, I have fixed the issue. So I mentioned that I needed to add some cinematography or some aspect of. I needed to change something drastically because the world in which I can just sit in front of a shitty lighting and a bad studio and sit in front of a camera and talk is gone. Because if I try doing that, then I'm just going to put out dog shit content that absolutely nobody's going to be drawn to. However, now I have fixed that problem with just a few minutes of changing up my room, like reorganizing things, moving my desk around, and getting a new setup for my lighting, just moving the lighting around in the room that I already had. I'm able to completely shift the dynamic of my recordings. I can make my room far more conducive to holding someone's attention than it was before. Now, for this particular video, I'm not sure whether or not the camera is even straight. For some strange reason, I've just kicked the tripod over the desk. But I'll put a picture up on screen right now of what this setup looks like. And the entire thing that makes or breaks a studio or like a recording studio is just lighting. That's the only thing that matters. Just knowing that it was so easy and I already had everything that I needed to make this possible just shows that every single one of the trials and tribulations that we face in our life is there for a reason. I just recorded some short form videos with this same lighting and this setup, and I'm going to be editing those before I edit some of the ones that I had prior to this, just because I think that it's actually going to help my growth. It's going to help everything. But overall, it's so beautiful that I had this issue and then I solved it. Like it didn't even take a day. It just took a little bit of critical thinking, a little bit of being creative and moving my desk and my shit around in my room. And boom, just like that, I solved the problem that I was facing. Now, if I just keep moving like this incrementally, day by day, step by step, it's going to snowball effect into something greater. And I'm going to be able to, with just my words, capture people's attention, turn that into traffic, close that traffic, and then grow the shit out of my business and do the same for other people. And just knowing that all of us ordinary people have this much power, if we just have the vision, is something that's so beautiful and so brilliant. And you should never forget what you're capable of. Literally anything is possible, and you've been given a gift. I know I've been given a gift, and for many years I wasted it. But now I know that I will be able to maximize my potential based on this high leverage studio setup. Like, this is literally high leverage, low friction activity right here. It took me 1 minute to like move shit around and like move my desk, and yet it has such a profound effect, such a significant effect when it comes to how my videos and how my online presence is actually going to be perceived now. So the lesson goes to show, more objectively, fix your studio setup. I know how to do it now for other people because I've done it for myself. And I know how to make things look better now. And from a more zoomed out lens, the lesson becomes find the actions that take you a little bit of time but can yield a lot of result, and double down on just simply doing those actions again and again. And that will show you the difference in leveraged activities between one version of yourself versus another version. And leveraged activities is something that's very, very real, because we see people when they start scaling a company and in a few months in, they're like at 30K a month. There are other people that scale a company and a few months in, they're at 3 million a month, or like some crazy number. And the thing is that both those individuals, one might have a team, one might have a way to squeeze out more leverage for all the time that they put in. And before I actually come up with the leverage, the consistency is what I'm nailing right now. And then the leverage will come soon. But what happened, is a small example of that leverage. And I don't care how goofy that sounds or how small it is, but this is a very good and effective example of it. Because if I just stay on this same path, soon enough, it's going to work out.